Hi everyone, and welcome to our channel. This is my significant other. His name is Antonio. Say hi.
Hi.
So today's topic, we're going to be talking about parties. So today we are having a party for our 10-year-old son, and we're actually going to have relatives and family members come over to our house to celebrate. Again, it is COVID, so we're going to keep it under 20 people. And the plan for today is actually going to be cake and pizza at home, and then we are going to be going to a private movie screening. And typically with parties, it is kind of a anxious type feeling that we have beforehand, only because sometimes Nano is not very happy when it comes to having new people in the house. He doesn't like a lot of sounds. So yeah, today could go really good or it could go really bad. It's just kind of depending on his mood. So what we're gonna do is kind of just go over how we feel going into today. And so why don't you start?
I think Nana's gonna do fairly well. I mean, as long as we're home for the first part, he's comfortable here. He's gonna run around, maybe watch TV. I won't even pay attention to most of the people that's here, but it's just going to the movie theaters where I'm a little sketchy, I guess, to just being somewhere else in a big place and a lot of people.
I think it's going to help that there's not going to be too many people there. I think they're only doing private screenings, but there was a time that I did attempt to take Nana to the theater before, and it was just a mommy and Sunday. It was just he and I, and when we went, he did not want to stay, so we got our snacks, we kind of went into the theater, and then he held my hand and he walked me out of the theater. He knew his way out just by obviously the lights on the floor. So he knew right then and there that, okay, I had enough. We sat about 5 or 10 minutes and then he was ready to go. But there was another time that we went to Wisconsin and it was a movie that he liked. We ended up staying the whole time, which surprised me, but I did have high hopes just because it was a movie that he did like. We went to go see Nightmare Before Christmas. He's very fond of that movie, so again, I was kind of surprised, but not necessarily, just because he does really know the movie well. He knows the music, he knows the sound, so it was familiar. So we're going to be watching Croods 2, The New Age, and he kind of likes the movie. We watched the first one.
Yeah, he likes the first one.
And we watched it again last night just to kind of, get it in his head, like, hey, okay, that's cool, it's kind of familiar. So I did watch that last night with him and Junior. So today's party, again, we're just going to kind of see how he does. And there is a few new guests that haven't been to our home yet, so hopefully he's good with them coming over. And again, just the noise. We do have certain things that we use with him. So like for sound, you have his sound blockers. Yeah, we have his sound blockers. It just protects his ears. It just kind of muffles, the sound a little bit, so it's not so aggressive or it's not so loud for him. So that's something. He obviously is a child, so he likes cake, he likes balloons, so that's something positive for him. So yeah, I think today I guess we're just gonna have to see. And again, this is just kind of what goes hand in hand with having a child with autism. We just kind of have to work around and not push him too far. So if he does want to leave the theater and he's not really wanting to stay, one of us would probably just take off with him. And it's not a big deal because, we've done it before and it's to be expected. But yeah, so we just kind of want to touch base on that a little bit. And you want to add anything else? Any other thoughts on it? Let's get this party started. Hopefully it's a good day. So tune in, and I guess we'll just kind of cut in. We'll do a little bit of clips of the party, of him. We might not be able to record the entire thing, just kind of, his moments if he does end up having a time where he's not feeling too well. He also, to add, he could possibly want to just kind of be isolated. Again, we're in our home, so chances are he might just kind of dip out into his room or go into our room or want to be on a little, privacy, just take a moment to himself. He's kind of good about reeling himself in when he does have those moments. So, but yeah, this is just kind of a typical thing for us. It might not seem so normal to someone, like, oh, you can't even do a party. But, as long as he tries and he's there and he has some fun today, that's the goal. And I think it kind of makes up for everything else. Okay, so we're actually going to get the party started just by decorating now. So we're going to get started on that, and we'll see you guys later. So here you can see Nano come up and smile to me, and he's just asking us to chase him. So we noticed one day that we were kind of running around and playing, that when we stopped and took a break, he would come up and he would smile really big and just kind of stand in front of us. So that was his way of asking us to continue to play with him. A child with autism is going to always find a way to communicate. It might not be verbally, but they'll give you gestures or kind of do the same thing that means something to them. So in this case, his smiling is just asking us to continue to play. And as a parent to a child with autism, it's kind of something that we have to learn to pick up on. We do it fairly well, I think anyway, but yeah, so this is his way of asking. You may see him do this another time or two, but this is very typical for him. And again, it's just him asking us to continue to play with him. Here you can see me and Nano playing, and something you may not know is children with autism won't always want to be engaged or social. So anytime Nano is willing and wants to play, it means a lot to us because that's not always the case. But here he is engaging and enjoying this bouncing game with me. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. So we just pulled up to Party City, or me, I pulled up to Party City, and we're gonna come in here and we're gonna get the balloons. I do have the I Love Someone with Autism mask on. It's actually my significant other, so his mom got it for him, so shout out to her. And yeah, let's go get these balloons. this is an example here of Nano not really being interested in playing with anyone else. So you can see Junior pulls him into the living room and kind of wanted to play with him, but Nano just was not interested, so he just pretty much walked away and found something to do on his own. Again, with a child with autism, they're not always going to want to play with other people. Typically, it's them playing a lot on their own or finding their own fun by themselves. So this is just one of those moments where that happened. Alexa, what time is it? So we are, let's see where Nano is. How much longer we got to the party? About an hour and 15 minutes from party time. Nano is doing his own thing, kind of just hanging out. So this is the before. Let's see if they'll hopefully not need an after when people are here. He seems pretty well rested, in a good mood. I'm pretty sure he'll be happy once that pizza and cake get here. That balloon's keeping him pretty occupied at the moment. So yeah, let's just see how things go when the house is full of people. And as you can tell, we don't have a big house, so it's kind of gonna be people on top of people. So yeah, let's see how today goes, and happy Among Us birthday. Guests do begin to arrive, and a few of them do stop and say hi to Nano. He doesn't really give them much of a response because he was engaged in the TV show that he was watching. And you also do notice, or you can see here, that he is staying with his dad. That's just because that's where he's most comfortable. So yeah, he wasn't paying too much attention to who was in our house.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Junior. Happy birthday to you. How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? May the dear Lord bless you. 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 Blow the candles. No, blow.
So here we did make it to the theater, and I took the kids in before everyone else just to kind of give Nano the peace of mind that there wasn't too many people. When we were walking in, Nano was kind of hesitant a little bit, but he was willing, it seemed. So as we got into the theater, it was fairly loud in there, so we got there kind of early, and I kind of noticed right away he was making some sounds. He wasn't necessarily comfortable, so I wasn't sure how he was going to react to this, but yeah, so this is just us walking up to our seats.
Yeah, so about 20 minutes into the movie, he started getting antsy. He ain't want to sit down no more, and yeah, he pretty much started walking around and I was following him. So I tried to get him to sit down one more time and that didn't work. So I knew he was gonna, make a scene. So we decided to leave and now we're at one of his favorite spots, McDonald's. Got some French fries. That usually calms him down, as you can tell. And we're just gonna wait it out here, probably drive around for a little bit and wait until they're done and we'll pick them up afterwards. But yeah, it's always good to have a plan B and kind of gotta expect it. So yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. All right.
Okay, so just a little end cap. We had an amazing time. I think the party came out pretty good. We had a lot of guests over. As you can see, we fit as many people as we could in this house. And Nano actually did amazing. So when we're at home, he was playing with everyone. He didn't actually need to go and isolate himself at all. He was very comfortable in our living room. Just kind of took, charge of that like he usually does. So we had an awesome time tonight. But we did end up having to, well, not I, but Antonio did have to take Nano out of the theater. Hey, Junior. Yeah, so otherwise, besides Nano dipping off, he probably stood, how long do you say he stood in the movie?
Like,
Yeah, he was probably there about 20-30 minutes. But we got there kind of early, so we were actually sitting through like, I don't know, it's not commercials, but it's like, that random stuff they play when you're, like the fun facts of movies and stuff. But otherwise, we had a pretty good night. So yeah, this was actually one of the good nights. I wasn't anticipating it to be so good. So that's obviously exciting. But yeah, he did awesome, and hopefully it stays like this for our next party. His birthday's in May, so we'll probably do another video then. I don't think we have many. I don't think we really have any birthday parties coming up. But if we do, we'll record those as well. And yeah, you guys have a good night, and thanks for watching.